A fortnight back, the Parliamentary Committee on Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises started probing KCCA on a number of queries reflected in the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2021-2022. Top among issues queried by the Auditor General was the management of land under KCCA. The Auditor General's report indicates that some of the land owned by KCCA had no titles. Plot 71 at Nkrumah Road, queried in the Auditor General's report as having been acquired fraudulently, was the first stopover of COSASE committee members during the familiarization tour that had KCCA officials on board. The Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, Gov'T, was also present to ascertain whether Securex Amenities Limited still lives to what was agreed on in 2010 upon granting it lease of the said property by Uganda Land Commission.
To the place that was supposed to be a health center, it's also very unfair. We waited for Ntaganda, he didn't appear in the committee. We are still waiting for him. We want to hear from him why he went away from the agreement.
The chairperson COSASE Joel revealed that Securex Amenities Limited was given a lease before it would be registered according to documents from Uganda Registration Services Bureau that formed the first illegality committed in the transaction. What is on ground is a business arcade with few parking slots, contradicting the lease agreement.
Now, the entire of it is a private facility. And yet in the lease agreement, however problematic the lease agreement was, they said, number one, 2 floors will be left for a health center for KCCA. As you can see, the entire structure now is a private facility. And then the lease ceased to be. Of course, they also said they would provide adequate parking, lots of parking. As you have seen, there's just 17 parking slots.
The Executive Director, KCCA Gov'T, pledged to undertake full responsibility to reach the logical conclusion on how the queried land transaction was made, but sought for committee support in the undertaking.
We must uncover the rot which is there and put the city in order. We cannot condone a fraud, we cannot condone something which is not right.
The next destination for the probing team was in Kisenyi, where KCCA had allocated a 10-acre piece of land to vendors and hawkers who had become a menace in the streets of Kampala. The market is already occupied with vendors dealing in different commodities, ranging from food, vegetables and clothes. However, the committee was shocked to learn that city tycoon Bosco Muwonge is demanding for Uganda Shillings 380 billion from government to offer the land to KCCA.
380 billion shillings. We can use part of it to buy this property for the vendors and use another part of that money to build a good market for them. Because right now, you see their market structures, tarpaulin and all of that, when it rains, they cannot operate properly here.
It's okay for the traders to have space to do their work, but it is not okay to buy this space very expensively.
Despite the bloated sum of money put by city tycoon for any willing buyer, Chisaka says negotiations to reach a final deal are underway.
Is the seller willing? Yes. Is the price agreeable? Not yet. So that's where we are. The issue is that the trading space must be got and we settle our vendors. So there is no debate about that. We are agreed with the parliamentarians. With regard to value, government has processes of determining value, and government wants value for money. So we cannot buy something which is exorbitantly priced.
While the land deal seems to be lucrative, a document spelling out contestation about the ownership of this piece of land by Bosco Muwonge was adduced. The mayor, Kampala Central Division Salimu Uhuru, was not in agreement with the adduced document, saying the Buganda Land Board has not expressed any reservations about the said land.
Have you seen Buganda complaining? Because the mother title is under Buganda. Buganda is not complaining, so who else is complaining?
In another development, construction works along the Rubiji water channel have stalled due to land contestations following alleged claims of ownership by 27 people demanding for compensation.
Challenge with some of the people who are making claims. And when a person makes claim on a place that you are working on, you have to first settle that claim before you finish the construction.
Which should be one of the major catchment areas. Work has stalled for quite a bit of time, as they have explained to us. So we are telling them engage as quickly as you can with whoever, communities and all of that, you know, it should not be an impossibility.
The team also toured Mulago Cancer Institute Road to understand why the cost of a road is too high. This project of 1.78 kilometers of road cost 8.5 billion shillings. I'm Nafka Farida and Stephen Kalisia in Kampala.